Good afternoon. We picked these jalapenos today at our favorite Illinois farm. It was $1.79 a pound, which is truly amazing for our area because if I buy 2 loose jalapenos at my grocery store, it's 2 for $3. So this half a peck for $1.79 a pound. I don't know what I totally paid for this whole thing because I bought some other stuff too. My total bill was $40 with jalapenos and plums and some other stuff and garlic. But anyway, it's $1.79 a pound. I would say this is like 5 or 6 pounds. And I'm going to dice them up. Just cut them up and slice them up in typical jalapeno rings. First, I'm going to clean them, slice them in jalapeno rings, and I am going to pickle them in a simple brine, a white vinegar with water. It doesn't need any extra spices. The jalapenos have a great flavor on their own. We love to eat jalapenos on our tacos, on our nachos. We eat a lot of nachos. And I only have 1 jar left of the hot variety I made about 3 years ago, so perfect time to pickle some more jalapenos. I rinsed the jalapenos off and I'll just let them sit here for a couple hours because I'm not quite ready to can them, but I wanted to get them nice and clean and let them air dry. All right, I'm ready to can the jalapenos now. I got my gloves. Remember, cutting up jalapenos, you definitely want to wear gloves. My sharpened knife. I am pulling aside the bigger jalapenos as I go. I'm not going to cut these up. I'm going to use these this week for like stuffed jalapenos, baked stuffed jalapenos. I don't want to fry them, but they're, just basically cut them open, turn them into a little boat, fill it with some cheese and some other stuff and bake them. They're delicious that way. So any of the super big ones I'll put aside, and then I'm gonna slice up the rest, put them in this bowl, and I got my water bath canner going on. I am doing a simple pickling. It's gonna be 3.5 cups white vinegar, 1 cup water, and 1 tablespoon pickling salt. Pretty basic, but like I said, I don't need extra spices for the jalapenos. They're very flavorful on their own. I finished dicing up the jalapenos. I have this big bowl, and then here are the jalapenos that I put to the side because they're huge, and I'll make stuffed peppers tomorrow. And then these are loose seeds that just when I'm cutting, they fall out, and so I'm collecting them in this lid or this little jar. And then when I pack any loose seeds that are in this bowl, I will save. I'm just trying to collect seeds to plant next year. And yeah, I don't know how many pounds this is. I really wish I would have weighed it, but I'm using pint jars, and my water bath canner can only hold 8 at a time, so I have 8 in there warming up right now. We'll see if this will fit 8. I think it will. I'm gonna pack them really good though. And yeah, it's a little late. This is what I do Friday night. I can jalapenos at 10 o'clock at night. Very exciting Friday night, but I enjoy it, so that's what I do. I just took the jars out of the water bath canner so they're nice and hot. I got my brine. I got a double batch. The single batch is 3.5 cups white vinegar, 1 cup water, and a tablespoon of pickling salt. And then I got fresh gloves, my debubbler. After I pack the jars, I am going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pickling crisp, and then I'm going to put the brine over it, 1/4 inch headspace. Here's all the jalapenos. So I'm going to raw pack them, and fresh gloves. I don't have like one of those official like vegetable packers, like they're like $20. That's just too expensive for me. But I do happen to have the fondant roller. So this I will use to pack down the jalapenos so I can get as many as I can in the jar, because since I'm doing it the cold pack method, they're gonna shrink up once the water or the vinegar is in it, and so it's gonna leave like a lot of extra space. So you want to kind of like pack as much as you can in. So let me get started. That is 1 big bowl of jalapenos. Kind of thinking I'm gonna have too many jalapenos. We'll see. look at that. It made 8 jars. There's still like a little room at the top. I could have packed it down a little more, but you know what? This is 8 jars. It's perfect. Now I'm gonna add pickle crisp to each jar and then give this a couple more minutes to reach boiling and then spoon the brine mixture in. All right, so this is my water bath canner that holds 8 pint jars. I'm gonna put the lid on, give it a couple minutes to come back to boiling, and then set the timer for 10 minutes. Here are the 8 jars of jalapenos. I just took them out of the water bath canner. So it was 10 minutes with the lid on at full boiling. And then after 10 minutes, turn off, take the lid off and let it sit for 5 minutes so it cools down. And then I take them out and as you can see, there's a little water left because you don't want to tip the jars to get the water off because that might get stuff underneath your lid and that will ruin the seal. So what I do is twofold, is I just put this old dish towel on top. This will soak up the water, and also I leave it on it just so they come up to room temperature naturally. I keep my house kind of cold. And also I saw one of my favorite chefs from the Food Network, when he was canning some jars, he always covered it with a towel overnight. And so that's why I do that. And so now we'll let it sit overnight and I will check the seals in the morning. Good morning. It looks like all of the jars of jalapeno have sealed. So very happy with that, and they look good. There's just like a 1/4 inch of extra space at the bottom, so I think I did pretty good job of packing the jalapenos in, and they look so good. Very happy. I'm actually tempted to go back to the farm next week and get some more. I think I might actually, they have all kinds of peppers. They have banana peppers and poblano peppers, just all the peppers, so I might try a different pepper next week. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you later. I'm back. I decided to add a quick clip of I am going to make these stuffed jalapenos real quick. I got my oven preheated to 375. I'm going to cut these open, clean out the seeds where they make a little boat. I got some cream cheese. I'm going to add a little onion, add a little cilantro, add a little cumin, add a little salt, mix that all together, spread it on the inside of the jalapenos, and then I have this hot pepper cheese. I'm gonna cut it into like slices and then put one on top. They're gonna go on this aluminum foil cookie pan and then bake in the oven 20 to 30 minutes. Just watch it after 20 minutes. You want the cheese nice, melted, and bubbly. So I will show the finished product. There are exact measurement recipes online if you want exact measurements, but since I'm just using up what I got, I'm just doing it by taste. But if you're one of those people who need exact measurements, just Google stuffed jalapenos. There's tons of great recipes out there. I stuffed the peppers, put the cheese on top. I ended up cutting one more pepper, so altogether I cut 4 just because I had enough cream cheese. So there's 8 here going into the oven, 20 to 30 minutes. I baked them for about 25 minutes. A couple of the cheeses slid down, but overall they look great. You want to let them cool down for a couple minutes because the cheese is piping hot. And then it's a nice little appetizer for dinner.